Make sure that's actually recording.
Yes.
Okay, so girls, what's going on?
So we.
How's your project progressing?
It's good, actually. Good. Better than last year.
Okay, good. Well, yes, that is promising.
Mm.
So, were there things? So, based on this Goodwin thing,
Yeah.
what issues have you got?
Intertextual, like we googled like iconic moments, but like there's like things that came up that didn't really make sense. So.
Okay, what you need to do, I think, is think a bit more specifically about the type of thing that you want to reference in order to kind of portray something about your band, and something which fits in with them. So, what kind of image are you going for the band?
So like
indie, like it's like natural.
Indie, carefree, natural.
But they're
okay.
all set like outside, so it's all like London, Dancing Park.
So very British as well. Then is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
So you could think along kind of really iconically British lines for your intertextual reference. So you could maybe look back at, because I mean, is it indie? Is it indie with a kind of rock undertone?
Yeah. We've got sort of like we've got close-ups of like guitars that sort of shows up.
Yeah, so it's a bit kind of rocky.
It's like
yeah.
soft rock.
Yeah, well, indie is a variation of rock, isn't it, usually? So you could maybe look back at kind of classic moments in British indie. I think the time when the 90s was really big for British indie kind of music. So bands like Oasis and Pulp and Blur. That was a kind of the time when it emerged as like being really cool, if you like. And that's when it kind of became bigger, more of a worldwide, got more of a worldwide appeal as well, that kind of UK music scene. So you could maybe look at stuff from that era, whether it be music, it doesn't have to be a music video that you're referencing, that's the thing, or another band, it could be like a film.
Does it have to be females?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to have, the reference doesn't even necessarily have to have you in it, does it? It might be that you kind of just emulate a scene. So, say you wanted to reference like or something like what's that film with the minis? You're only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
Oh my god!
Oh,
What
I
is
know
that?
that.
Jack?
Yeah.
What's that film? You're only meant to blow the bloody doors off?
Italian Job.
Thank you, the Italian Job. That's British, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is going to make me look like a moron on this. It's going to be all over the internet. Yeah, the Italian Job. So the one with the minis. That's a really iconic British film, and there are lots of sequences in that are kind of very iconic. There's, the blowing the bloody doors off bit, obviously, or the minis driving through. That's just an example. So you could maybe think of a very iconically British film and have a couple of references to that through the video, because then, and the point of putting those in would be to highlight the band's Britishness, and that being British and that kind of Cool Britannia thing is an important part of their image. If there's another part of your image that you wanted to highlight, then obviously that would dictate the type of reference that you would have. If you're actually going for more of an American kind of feel, then you might have a sequence from a really iconic classic American film, or I don't know, the whole nature thing. Or maybe like an individual that has like inspired the band. What have you put in your kind of backstories and stuff? What are they inspired by?
Lady Gaga. No, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lana Del Rey.
She's not.
Yeah, something older would be better.
We didn't actually put anything like.
We put all kind of like new artists.
Okay. But because they're young. I think the trouble is, sometimes like referencing newer stuff does work, but I think with your kind of genre, you want to give it a sense of authenticity, don't you? Because you're supposed to be really all about the music, aren't you? Yeah. And I think if a band like that realistically would probably be influenced by some older music as well.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to look into some older music, even like obviously before the 90s as well. So even kind of to say, growing up, my parents always listened to, how you hear bands saying, and in fact you hear it a lot, don't you? When I was growing up, my parents were always listening to Ella Fitzgerald or whatever, and I really loved that tone of her voice, and that just really got me into the music business, and that kind of thing. So maybe try and think of an older artist that you could say they were really inspired by. Yeah, Blondie would be a good one actually. For you guys, definitely. Maybe you should look at some.
Because he was going to do one of the
Yeah,
songs,
it
wasn't
was.
Yeah. Well, that would work to reference Blondie. So look at, and actually Blondie had a really distinctive style, because that's the other thing. You don't. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to like copy a sequence from a video or anything. It could be a stylistic intertextual reference. So you could just through, maybe through your performance element, you could kind of mimic the style of like a Blondie video or something, and that could be your reference. I think that's probably a good route to go down actually. Blondie, and that Blondie was more 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so either actual Blondie videos, or look for something else that's very iconically 80s kind of
Yeah.
indie.
Is it like supposed to be obvious that like it's a
The reference?
reference?
No, not necessarily. Remember when we looked at references and we said some of them are quite obvious, but actually they're only obvious if you get them anyway.
Yeah.
So the point would be that the members of your target audience ideally would also be fans of these other things that you like as a band, and so they would get it and they would go, oh yeah, that's that, okay, I like that as well. That's the idea, is that you're kind of adding another layer to your appeal. Okay, does that help?
Yeah.
Right, good. So where are we at with storyboards and animatics?
We started the animatics, but it didn't turn out so well because like the pictures.
We have because I had to
Oh,
borrow
there
the
were two.
pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're like getting through the. But they'll be finished soon. It's just we were just like coming up with ideas.
Yeah, like we
Didn't know what
decided
to
on the
do.
locations for them now. Like
Yeah.
definite ones.
It's only the suddenly I see bit that we're just kind of.
We don't
Is that the
wanna repeat
chorus?
it, Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you come up with something for the chorus now?
Yeah.
But
Well,
we're not gonna
we're
repeat
changing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't want to
Oh.
have it repeated because
Okay.
just boring then.
It's
So-
just sort of, it's a bit repetitive in the chorus anyway, so it's have like the same
Yeah.
pictures would just be the
Oh yeah, definitely.
So for each chorus, we're sort of doing it in like a different location.
yeah.
Right. Is it performance for each chorus though?
Some bits, yeah.
But like the Sunny I See we sort of say.
No, that bit, the question bits,
Oh, yeah.
and then sometimes in other parts as well we sing.
Okay. Right, okay, good. Well, you're getting there. Maybe a bit more slowly than others, but you're getting there. I think you definitely need to be thinking generally more about allocation of individual tasks to individual people.
Yeah.
Because remember, you get marked individually anyway, so I need to see evidence, and you need to show evidence on your blog of what you're personally doing. So actually, I mean, you obviously need to be collaborative, so you do need to have times like this when you come and sit together and talk and discuss and make decisions.
Yeah.
But then once decisions have been made, it should be a case of, okay, right, you can go away and be in charge of that, you can be in charge of that, you can be in charge of that. Because really, you should be getting there faster than someone that's working on their own when there's three of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about that. How's the digipack coming? Have you managed to do another shoot yet?
We're doing shoots
It's a lovely
tomorrow.
day today.
We're not doing it outside. We're going to do
Oh,
it.
right.
Like,
Well, we're doing some because we spoke to Sinead and she said about doing like close-ups.
Yes.
So, like,
So we're
That's
doing.
always a
We're
good idea.
keeping
More
one of
natural.
the, we did like an original idea of like us laying down with all our hair,
Yeah.
and because it's like actually of our faces, she said it's quite good because
Yeah.
And then I thought about
Sorry, hang on. What are you going to lie on? Have you thought about that?
well, it will be in someone's house. So
Yeah, but
it's
it's
so
just
we're going to go to
Okay.
mine and then.
I would try and make it something light coloured.
Yeah.
Ideally white.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like if we could get other like close-ups or kind of close-ups with like plain background as well, so we'll just focus on the face.
Okay. Yes. Well, if you wanted to do like a proper studio style shoot, we've got, well, Jerry's got, we can borrow it, a backdrop, which is like a pop-up. It's about the same size as the green screen, but it's 3D, it's white, and there's lights that go inside it, and as you take the photo, it backlights you as well as front lighting
That's what we
you.
wanted,
So you
wasn't
get a
Yeah.
really white, very, very bright white background, and it really shows up your faces.
That's
we
what we
use it
wanted.
tomorrow.
Probably, yeah. I can ask him to bring it over. Have you got a lesson tomorrow?
Not from March 24th.
That's when we're going to go and start taking more.
Oh, the only
pictures.
trouble is, I don't know where you'd set it up if there's no free
could
classroom.
ask
That's
if
why
I
it's
wanted
easiest to do it
drama
during a
rooms.
lesson. Because probably we'll have to get Jerry to come and set it up for us, and once it's set up, it's kind of there. You would probably be better off doing it during a lesson.
So we could
Got a
take
lesson on
some.
Monday?
We could do Sinead.
Yeah,
Sinead
yeah.
lessons.
Yeah, we could do it in Sinead's lesson and then take some pictures again tomorrow.
Just
Like,
to
the ones
see.
I was laying down.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, well, arrange that with Jerry then yourselves. Can you do that?
Yeah.
You can email him, or you can go and see him and just say, is it okay to use your backdrop on Monday? Right, good. So you're okay to go off and get on with it, yeah?
Yes.
Brilliant. Well done. Cheers.
Thanks.
Well, that was a long one. I'll have to get Jack to cut the ends off these videos. If you could stop it, thanks.